Hi. The servers were down when I last played. At Imogen Comics, do you have a YouTube channel about comics?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Here's the former Illini kicker Chase McLaughlin to get us started. And we are underway from Atlanta. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on.
Yes, I do short stories.
His caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Ryan. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right...
That's cool. I'm about to subscribe.
Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, it's Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A quick throw caught.
What's up, everyone?
They get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
On 1st down, Ryan.
THX, I make my own characters.
And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's his longest run of the 1st quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So
Captain also has a channel. Check him out. What's up, Coke Dog 216? I'm here to scout my competition. Grinning, squinting face.
they can get to the outside and make it happen.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter.
You got a channel too. I'll subscribe.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Ryan. Complete to Zacchaeus. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down.
Thanks. I look forward to checking out your stories.
They'll run on 1st down. Patterson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
Ryan. Flush to his right. Toward the pylon. Caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Lee Smith. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons take it on.
My family is heavy into Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
THX, you too. You got this, Coke Dog.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
No panic, relax time.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42.
Let's go, Cavs.
at the 42-yard line. A gain of 16 yards.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Mayfield buying time to his left. Throw left side to Higgins. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
That's caught inside the 20, and they do finally get him at the 12. A big play that time for Cleveland.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life.
Maybe that's for you, Cap.
That they had been seeking.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in this state of Georgia. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
I'm scared.
A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter.
Great composure.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Thank you, sir.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Play action. It's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Falcons. Now, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick. Extra point.
Kyle Pitts.
And that makes the score 14-7.
He knows how to use Pitts.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Sliding out of the pocket. That was going to throw deep right side. And that is incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there, having discipline and not letting them connect.
I panicked low.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Dang, I thought that was a catch.
From the gun, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to be
Cover 3.
a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
Only in Madden.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the 1st down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. They'll buy some time right. And
Good play call.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. First down, Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. That's going to be taken in by Felton. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 44. Mayfield forced out to his left. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there just before halftime.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right.
Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown.
Good play all. He was in cover 2.
Extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Thank you.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Ronnie Harrison plays dirty low.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Yeah, he does low.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan, he's going to float this over the middle deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all time. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
we're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Browns drive about to get started. It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Mayfield. Being chased out left. This pass complete to Higgins. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield steps away to his left. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Falcons 14. Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
On second down now, it's Patterson, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a second down.
At the 38-yard line.
Here's Ryan. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They run with Patterson, and he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Patterson. Finding room to the 20. Still fighting for more. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Patterson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He was brought down by Eric Harris.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Darren Hall. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back in Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Ouch.
Position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Ryan to throw. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
He trying to run clock, grinning, squinting face.
As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another try for Davis, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Patterson on the carry, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't...
Wow, such arrogance.
And either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now Mayfield rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
A first down carry for Davis. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score, in this time frame, that's like a big...
I got Greedy Williams low.
Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point.
I have a tendency of running out of the pocket too soon.
short kick. One of the up mid will take it down. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Browns drive about to get started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to work.
Now Mayfield lost the football. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
Can't win them all. Hell of a game though. Anyone with a PS5 open challenge? Anyone? Dang, you got 6 likes. Thumbs up, medium dark skin tone. Everyone check out Captain Stole TV, he has a channel, he does all Madden franchise, the hardest mode, he also teaches you how to play, read. Hit that like and subscribe, it helps me out. Come be part of the family and grow with us.
Going back to 2008, Cleveland's won just 4 games in the past 26 against Baltimore. Can the Browns win on the road at M&T Bank Stadium? Find out next on Sunday Night Primetime.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we're at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd. And through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9. Off of play action, it's Watson. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget Paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost, hold on to it. Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. A give. This is Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Yeah, the Browns are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
First and goal from the 3. Chubb. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal from the 1. Hunt. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. With solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So that drive in total 8 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, pretty darn good one. Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They go play action now. Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer. Exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So here are the Browns to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat of this ball game as well. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Watson sliding out of the pocket. And that's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it. Buying time to his left.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Watson, he'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They run. Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 22. 68 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Chubb. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Watson now to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run with Chubb. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. On 2nd and goal, Watson, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal, a loss of 6, and now it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson, flushed out right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing is Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's a 2nd down. Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Here's Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A big play there on the keeper.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson, and that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Watson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to our... We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the 2nd half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. On the return is Duvernay. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That catch good for only a couple. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moved.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Adafe Owe able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Rolling to his right. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Joel Bitonio. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Watson on the move to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return is Duvernay. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
Come on, fellas. A gain of 10 yards. And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Jackson on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Jackson now. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. Working with a 2nd and 4. Jackson will throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. Touchdown! Rashad Bateman with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Watson off play action, steps away. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, two-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jackson's throw taken in by Watkins here. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Jackson to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Box 22, box 22. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Throwing, Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now Jackson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Here comes Johnson on the return. And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Come on, baby.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A run for Nick Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And they take a knee. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback
Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Browns, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers.
Thank you everyone for stopping in. Subscribe and hit the bell notifications so you won't miss when I go live. Also like the video. Give me a couple minutes, I'll play one more for y'all.
Welcome to Weekly Strategy. This is how you access the new player health screen. Up next after a Week 13 bye, the Browns will play the
I'm back, let's do this.
Baltimore Baltimore looking for the series sweep in consecutive seasons. This AFC North battle is coming your way next.
The folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Well, the Ravens offense set to take over and led by a man still just in his fourth season in the NFL, the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Second down and 8. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Going deep here for Watkins. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson. Eluded. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. A man who has done this a lot, Justin Houston, in there to record the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They go play action with Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead,
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jordan Elliott breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And for Jackson, this may be a free play. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right, already have what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now Jackson. Open man Watkins. Touchdown Baltimore. Sammy Watkins. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They have looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They'll run with Hunt. And some room to maneuver. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Chubb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And this one is right down the middle.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
2nd and 12.
From the gun, Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
He was looking for Rashad Bateman there.
And it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson.
Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Johnson now returning. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Jackson.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
To throw again is Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews.
And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. The Browns drive about to get started.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
They'll try the air now with Watson forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 40, past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Here's Watson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Adafe Owe in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Here comes the ball.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Johnson to return it.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson got some room at the 30. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
The sack on 1st down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the 1st. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
2nd down at 5.
Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st. Back to throw, Watson.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down.
Throwing on third down, Watson eluding the pressure right. 20! Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Adafe Owe. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
On the return, Johnson.
It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team starts.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Adafe Owe.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, here's Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game. But to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 1st and 10, Watson escaping the pressure right. That one is caught by Hunt. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the red zone now, Watson. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Now Watson out to his left. And he'll get in for the score, and that's going to cut the lead down to 13. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants
at the Yale Bowl,
right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Thanks for the shout out.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes.
No problem, glad I could help.
They attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for Baltimore, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Good luck to all the NBA teams in the play-in games this week. I will be cheering for my Cavaliers, hoping they can make the playoffs this year. That's for you, Cap. I'm back, let's do this. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, glad I could help. Good luck to all the NBA teams in the play-in games this week. I will be cheering for my Cavaliers, hoping they can make the playoffs this year.